Hello, Internet, and welcome to another episode of All Myths Are True. I'm Savvy, your keeper of games, keeper of monsters, keeper of minions,
Trapper Keeper.
and Trapper Keeper, like I did to Agent Smith last episode. Before we start, there's probably some announcements I should say. What is our next thing coming up here on GGK? That would be on Saturday, right? We don't have anything tomorrow. After this, you can catch us on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for some Dungeons and Dragons. We have Saturday nights where we play D&D in the afternoon. And then on Monday, we have Motley Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where we do our round-robin style DMing. I'm also going to be running that game, and this week we are not playing D&D. We're playing something else, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to show up to find out. So be there or be square. I'm running a fun one-shot for our wonderful characters. For these fools, I think all of you guys are going to be there. Yeah, these three nerds. And perhaps a potential special guest, but I don't know yet, so I'm not going to tell you about that either. These are Savvy's secret announcements that no one gets to hear. That's Monday, and then Tuesday we'll have Matropony around 5 or 6 in the evening, where me and Sean play video games. We've been playing Neverwinter, and that's been really fun. And perhaps a Wednesday on Wednesday. And then the week starts over. So yeah, but check out our schedule if you're watching this right here live with us now on Twitch. It's down below our faces. It's also pinned to our Twitter page and other stuff. Probably you can check out our website. There's lots of information on there, and it looks beautiful and has just been updated with lots of our new shows and things. And it looks beautiful. That's ggk.smvi.co. You can learn about us. I don't think I have any more announcements. Oh, the newest episode of our podcast just went up. It's called Cyberscape, and you can listen to it on Castbox or iTunes or wherever fine podcasts are sold, except it's free. So wherever podcasts are acquired. So yeah, it's $5. Buy it. No, it's for free. But iTunes, Castbox. It's called Cyberscape. We play Dungeon World and a little bit of the Sprawl, and our characters play MMOs and solve mysteries. And it's very fun. What?
Solve is a strong word.
Well, we're trying.
Attempt.
We're working on potentially starting to maybe solve a mystery.
Yeah.
It's very fun. Listen to it. Put it in your ears. It's great. Anything else? Anybody have anything they want to announce? Okay, Sean, you have a look on your face, but I'm going to ignore it.
I'm ready to play.
Are you?
No.
Are you? Okay.
We shall see.
But yeah, this is All Myths Are True, and we're playing Monster of the Week. And where last we left off, you were attempting to start maybe solving a mystery. In between big assignments from Aegis, the organization that you all work for, solving mysteries and hunting monsters and killing Nazis. I was gonna say maybe not, but I'm gonna leave that part in just in case.
It's not that we wouldn't if we had the opportunity to. We just haven't had the opportunity to.
Gonna lock that away.
Just file that one away for later. Where last we left off, in between big cases from Aegis, the organization that you all work for, solving mysteries and killing and or capturing monsters and saving people, you were approached by an old friend of Lefla's, Lily, a seedling who works at Hopewell Hospital, where Lefla used to work. They reported that one of the receptionists that works at the hospital, Erica, had been acting strangely, disappeared, came back. You all did a lot of investigating, a little bit of going through people's stuff, some vague chasing things in a car at one point, I think. and ultimately have come to the conclusion that there is a shapeshifter loose in town. Very distressed at the prospect of a monster somehow getting into the city where you all live, that you all call home. You took up the gauntlet and decided to hunt it down. You are close on the trail, not quite having caught it yet. And I think we ended on Agent Smith's hunch last time. So everyone having gone home for the evening, resting and preparing to reconvene for a meeting the next day, Agent Smith, you having fallen asleep, reading in your office, had some kind of strange vision-like dream. One might call it a vision, even, of the creature having taken Lefla's friend, Lily, who brought you the case in the first place, hostage in her apartment. So, in the middle of the night, you made your way over there, but you rolled bad. So, you found yourself in a little bit of trouble, being ambushed by the creature. And we ended last time as Smith was conked in the back of the head and the world faded to black around you. And we're going to pick up the next morning. With, let's see, Lefla and Periwinkle. Unless there is anything specific about this morning that you would like to tell me about, or anything you would like to do, just like any other day, you get up early, you get ready for work, and you go to the office. Is there anything fun you guys do in the morning? Where you are not stressed at all? Maybe a little stressed.
I feel like Periwinkle would like pick something up for Lefla, like maybe like a snack that they really like, or like a pastry or something.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what Lefla likes, but I'm sure that Periwinkle does.
Mm-hmm.
Mulch.
Well, I'm over here trying to figure out if some still have a sunlight sensitivity if they get hungover, or if they just photosynthesis cancel that out.
Oh yeah, you might have a little bit of a
Oh
headache.
yeah, you got very drunk.
Old twinge.
Yeah. So I think Lefla comes in, and they normally have those just regular glasses on, but today they're sunglasses.
Aw.
I say as the sunlight is starting to
Make its way in.
rude IRL. Nope, that's worse.
Oh no. Here comes the sun.
I'll
There
be
we go.
adjusting that as we go.
Fine. So Lefla, you come in, sunglasses on. Periwinkle brings you a snack, whatever your favorite snack happens to be. With a little headache, Lefla, but you guys know worse for wear. You make your way into work. Periwinkle, you get a text from Theo, and he will not be with you today because he has to redo a report because he, in his rush to fill it out last time, left out one of the forms, so he's going to be probably doing that all day. But he'll catch up with you, and he says to call him in case of emergency.
Oh dear,
I
he
don't know
really
how
does. He's very particular about those forms.
Knowing him, he will probably just redo the entire report instead of just filling out that one form and submitting it.
It's possible. I mean, we're kind of just waiting, anyways.
Yes, where is Jethro? He is
I
very
told you,
unlike him.
You can't let him hear that you know that.
I won't, but it is incredibly unlike him to be this late. He's normally the first one in, if he has even left at all.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I dropped by his office and the door was closed. And I knocked and nobody came, so I thought he would be here. but
Well,
that is weird.
he did. Let me check because I told him to turn on the find my phone, share my location function when we were doing that chase the other day. Let me see if I can figure out where he is.
All right, so as you're pulling up Find My Friends on your phone, it takes a second because you don't get very good signal. It's a giant building, probably.
Yeah.
Pulling that up, and I guess you guys are probably in your like regular briefing room where you have meetings. There is a knock sort of on the door, and you hear a beep outside as someone scans their key card. The door opens, and you guys see a familiar face, someone you've met once before, Agent Sally Parker, who you'd remember being your head of your backup for
Werewolves.
when you guys were on the Orc homeworld in Lunaterra, and she kind of pokes her head in, and Brow Furrowed is looking a little confused, and says, "Oh,
Morning.
morning. Wow, I really thought he'd be in here. Have you all seen Smith?"
No, we are checking on that right this minute.
Yeah, we haven't seen him either.
We were supposed to log some time on the range this morning, but he never showed up, and he always shows up. So if you flag him down, let me know, okay?
Will do.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks. And about this time, you pull up the GPS tracker and ping Smith's phone. Lefla, you're familiar with where this ping shows up. You know this neighborhood, and you know this address because it is Lily's house. I assume you've been there before.
Yes. Okay, this is very odd. For some reason, he is at Lily's house.
That is weird.
That's where his phone is.
Why would he go over there?
Uh,
Let's try calling him.
yeah. You try calling him. I will try calling Lily. See if she
Okay.
knows anything about this. So we both.
Okay. No one answers. I think you get. No, you don't answer.
Haha.
I know what you're doing right now. It's not answering the phone. What does Agent Smith's voicemail sound like?
It's probably just Smith, leave a message.
Just imagining you have reached the voicemail box of. Why do you want me to say my name?
Yeah. Why do you want me to say my name? The voice keeps telling me I'm running out of minutes.
Yeah, so you get the respective voicemails of Smith and Lily.
Okay, now I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe we should go over there and see what's up.
Yes. Yeah. Is Sally still there, or has she left already?
Oh, she could still be there.
We may have found Smith, but he's not answering, and yeah, maybe you should tag along. We're gonna go check this out.
All right.
We're on like an unofficial case right now.
Right.
Although knowing Agent Smith, he probably went ahead and logged something, so it could be official by now.
That's true. I haven't checked my computers yet.
Well, I guess we'll find out. I think she reaches really quick. She like props her boot up on one of the chairs and like reaches into her boot and pulls out a gun. Just checks it real quick, sticks it back. Says, all right, yeah, let's go.
Okay.
All right, to the mom van.
And the mom van pulls out of the garage.
Does Lefla drive fast or regular speed?
Quickly, but
Okay.
it's not like running red
recklessly.
lights or anything.
Okay.
The last time that it comes equipped with some sirens. It has not yet turned those on, but
Ah, yes. Okay, and then I kind of want to do some magic, but I forget how magic works. Hang on.
did you trade out your move, or can you still use magic?
No, I still use magic regularly. I just need to look at the list again.
You can do lots of things.
Okay. I would like to observe another place or time.
Okay.
Hopefully, maybe just like seeing if maybe Agent Smith's car is at her house, because I don't think I've. We went. Did we go to Lily's house?
No.
I'm trying to think if Periwinkle went there. Okay.
Yeah, the only person who went was Agent Smith. You all spent some more time in Erica's apartment.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of. It was Erica's house. Not. Okay. Well, that might make this harder then. If she hasn't been there before, I don't know how this magic works. Maybe I can try and see.
Yeah. Yeah, you can roll plus weird, I think. Observe another place. I think if you're specifically trying to find out if Smith is there, you're very familiar with him. So you can try to kind of lock on to where he might be.
Okay. Yeah, just as we're like driving, she kind of like sets up a couple of crystals in the back, and we'll see. 8.
Okay. So on
Yes.
a 7 to 9, it works imperfectly. Choose an effect, which is observe another place, and a glitch.
Ooh, okay. Okay, maybe the effect is of short duration. So maybe I just see like a little glimpse.
Okay. Yeah. You set up your crystals and you focus in. It's a little difficult. It's a little more difficult to do sort of in motion in a car.
Kind of like ooh,
But
bouncing around.
you just set the crystals back up a couple of times. Because you sort of bounce over a speed bump, but you focus in. The crystals give off this soft glow, and this sort of orb of light starts to kind of glow in between them, and you can see images in it sort of shifting around, moving, and you try to focus in on Agent Smith. You don't see him, but very briefly, especially knowing the address where you're going, you sort of focus in on this small house you can assume to be Lily's, with Agent Smith's car, his company car, sitting outside.
Okay. Well, his car's there.
Best case scenario, we got an early start on things, and for some reason decided not to wait around for as a team.
Yeah, I mean, it seems really weird they didn't tell us. Or like, let us know what was happening, especially if it's a mission thing.
Smith can handle himself, yes. You two have known him longer than I have.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty tough to get the jump on him, I feel like.
From the back, Sally pipes up and says, almost impossible.
So, yeah, maybe it's fine.
We can only hope, but neither of them have called us back yet, so
Yeah.
I think Lefla speeds up a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah, it's only about 10 or so minutes away. So that's the only way I know how to measure distance is in time. So
Sounds good.
You drive for a few more minutes, Lefla sort of speeding up. And you make it to Lily's house. You pull up outside, parking the van. I think Sally sort of getting out, and she starts walking towards the front door, and I think you all see her stop kind of halfway through and go to pull out a sidearm because the door of the home is propped open.
Oh no, that's not good.
No, he's not.
Okay, I'm gonna go up behind Agent Parker.
Okay. All right, so you slowly make your way following Agent Parker toward the door. Gun at the ready. She makes her way up, sort of pushes the door the rest of the way open, looking around inside. And after a second, you hear her gasp a little bit, and she kind of moves into the room, following her into the small house. You see one person, Agent Smith, sort of lying in the floor in the middle of the living room. Some furniture knocked. No, not like that. I mean, if you want to be dead,
Not
your character,
particularly.
I guess. Lying in the middle of the floor, there is some furniture knocked over, sort of a glass top coffee table partially shattered and laying over, cups laying on the floor, that kind of thing. Just a general kind of mess in the middle of the room, and Smith sort of laying half conscious in the middle of it.
I will go over and, check him out, make sure he's not currently bleeding out, or do basic first aid.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. He's not majorly injured, more just kind of scuffed up, cut up in a couple of places, but not too worse for wear. Probably a big bump on his head.
I'm gonna just sort of like start looking around the house and see if there's anybody else in here. I like pull out my spear and kind of like look around.
Okay. Yeah, you go to look around the house. It's a small place, sort of main living area and kitchen, the 1 bedroom, 1 bath. The bedroom door is currently closed. There's no one else in the room with you, but if you sort of go over there and pop open the door, there is no one inside, but, well, there's no one alive inside. The room is a huge mess. Looks like a lot of the furniture has been tipped over or like pushed up against the walls. There are a few things laying around on the floor. You can see piled up on one side of the bedroom periwinkle. There is just this glinting sort of pile of gold, jewelry and different sort of pieces and everything that have all been kind of piled up in one corner, and next to it a couple of pairs of large gloves.
Okay.
And sort of scattered across one of the other side of the room has some what look to be human bones.
Oh boy. It's gonna like call down the hall and be like, "How's Agent Smith doing?"
He should be fine. Smith, what happened here?
Am I unconscious right now?
Oh, I said half conscious, but you're
okay.
sort of coming to with this large goose egg on your head.
Sorry, I missed that part. That's why I was sitting there silently.
Oh no, you're dead. I didn't tell you.
I think with all the noise and kind of stirring up out of it, go around. I think I flinch immediately, like reaching towards like my side where I don't know if my gun is right now, and say, "What? Ah, damn it! Where are they? Where is she?"
Oh, Lily? She doesn't appear to be here.
She. What time is it?
A little bit after 9.
Oh, shit. God. It was here. It was here. Lily was here too. It jumped me from behind. Oh, God, I don't know what happened.
Okay, and then Periwinkle's gonna head back to others. There's some bones back in there and a pile of gold. Also, the room's a mess,
Why
but no
would,
sign of anybody else.
why would it be collecting the things which hurt it?
There were some gloves by the pile. You said it was here, Agent Smith, that attacked you?
I mean, either that or there's somebody else here. I never saw it, but I came in. Lily was here, and I thought she might be the shifter, and so I tried to delicately handle the situation without shooting first, and then she was handing me some coffee and then smacked me on the head from behind. Something did.
Why'd you come here alone?
I put out some reports or some feelers, and I got a couple of hits on suspicious activity that I thought might be the shifter, and one of them was in this area, and I pulled up. Lily lived here, and I figured if this has some connection to Lefla, then maybe she was in danger.
Well, I guess it's a good thing it didn't kill you, but also, why didn't it kill you?
I have no idea. Maybe it tried to make a run for it. Maybe it assumed that I had backup on the way.
Wait, you said Lily was here. She's not here now.
That's good.
Not if it took her.
Well, I mean, if she's not dead here, that means more likely that she's alive.
Yeah, I mean, there's somebody dead back there. It's just like a bunch of bones and stuff.
We'll probably have to send those to the lab, get them analyzed.
Yeah. We need to search and find out anything else we can. I start like patting around the floor. Do I still have my ring on my finger?
No.
Has anyone seen a ring?
I mean, there was a bunch of jewelry in the pile in that room. Like a specific one?
Yeah, like a wedding ring.
Go look.
I'll
All
go.
sports.
Yeah, I'll follow Periwinkle to where they're pointing out the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is my ring in there?
Yeah, it's it looks like it's been sort of tossed on top of this pile of stuff, but you can, after a second, kind of shifting through, it's not hard to find. You recognize it.
Okay. Then yeah, I grab it and I tuck it. I assume I still have the chain around my neck or whatever I had it tied on, and I tuck it back under my shirt, and I guess give Periwinkle a look and just be like, we're not going to talk about that.
Okay. Later, maybe. All right.
Or never.
Right. Okay, so in this room, it was all messy.
Mhm.
There was like, there's bones around, there's a pile of golden stuff, there's the gloves. Was there anything else, like sort of like looking more like in depth now? Like any other clues? Something? I don't know what to look for.
No, that's fine. I would say those are really the things of note that
Mhm.
are in the room. It looks as though something is set up, sort of a pseudo layer. Everything is sort of shoved around very quickly, as if they were just kind of like clearing out the room very quickly to dump things. So yeah, I mean, it probably, from the looks of things, it probably hasn't been here for very long.
Okay.
But yeah, those are the important things.
I think I want to use my remaining investigative mystery hold from forever ago, and ask where did it go, and maybe this shows up as I think Leffler would check to see if by chance Lily has the Find My Friends feature active.
Okay.
Since it worked for Smith, maybe it will also work for her.
Sure. So you load up the app on your phone. And it takes a second to come up, but looking for Lily's ping, you do not get one. So either her phone is off or she is somewhere where she doesn't have a signal.
Okay. Well, the research that you did last night mentioned something about shifters maybe using the sewers? Or am I imagining things?
I mean, lots of creatures might use the sewers. That would be really creepy if it was in there.
Trying to quickly scan through my notes last time. Maybe I was just imagining that shifters would hide in the sewers if all else failed.
I did not tell you that.
Okay.
Okay.
It is possible someone said that.
Yeah.
It was not me.
Okay, but
Well, I'd say maybe we could set up like a trap or something if we thought it was going to come back here. But I mean, if it's Agent Smith here, then maybe it knows that. I mean, we found this place, so maybe it won't come back.
yes, this creature is clearly wilier than we gave it credit for.
I look over. I think I see Sally here too. I say, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, asshole.
All right. Why? I can't just be late one morning and everyone doesn't freak out.
No.
You're never late, so.
Fair. There was something else too. Last night I had put out some, like I said, the reports that I was running that led me to Lily. There was another. Well, I had a thought with all of this, and we had talked about the shifter being involved with like the hospital and wanting to feed there or something. What if it's infiltrated other aspects of society? I mean, if I'm putting myself in its shoes, then well, there's always the morgue over at the coroner's office at the police station, and I'm getting sort of worried and a little bit antsy that it might try to infiltrate some sort of higher echelons of society here. I mean, I can't imagine its end goal is just to stay at the hospital, especially now that we've found it. I think we need to start fanning out try investigating some other areas around town.
Okay, but where do we start? I mean, it could be anywhere. We can't just run around town willy-nilly. By the time we find it, Lily's probably going to be dead.
I don't know. You got any better ideas? I mean, willy-nilly's kind of all we got right now. We can split up, cover more ground that way.
Yeah. I mean, we could try looking for Lily. I mean, I could try to use my magic to look for her. Though I might need some help, because you know her better, Lefla.
I can try, but I'm no good with magic. But yeah, let's give it a shot at least.
Okay. Well, this is where she lives, so maybe this is the best place to do it. I don't know if this counts as big magic to try to search for her, or if it's that same thing that I did for Agent Smith, trying to locate him.
Yeah, it kind of falls somewhere in between. I'm gonna say you can roll to use magic and have somebody roll to help you.
Okay.
I think that would be me.
Yeah, so it's a little bit bigger than use magic, but not massive. So Lefla, I'll have you roll to help out, which is plus cool.
I'm gonna use a luck point rather than those snake eyes.
Really?
Oh, what? Snake eyes? Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, so
are trying to save somebody.
Yep. I mean, one of Lefla's. Yeah, we've been over this before, but and when the mundane uses a luck point, you'll find something weird, maybe even useful, but mostly just weird.
I hear all your moves like, yeah, you find something. It's really not helpful, but a little bit.
I mean, the mundane's supposed to be about dealing with the weird as the least weird person ever.
Okay, you'll find something weird. Like, you haven't found enough weird stuff in this house. Okay, I'll think of something weird. Give me a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you spend the luck point to... It automatically makes it a 12, right? Well, I don't know. We don't use this very much. Yeah, you auto-succeed. So that will give you, Periwinkle, a +1 to your roll. Have you roll to use magic.
Good thing I'm good at that. Oh man, I'm really nervous because you spent a whole luck point on it. A 10!
A 10. Okay, so yeah, it works without issue. Choose your effect, which I guess is probably you want to try to see where Lily is, huh?
Yeah, maybe sort of like focus on her and then see if it could like expand the focus outward to maybe see around her and try to determine where she could be.
Okay. Yeah, so let's see. Sorry, I'm still trying to think of something weird for Lefla to find. You'll get something weird, I promise. It's this whole game. You're welcome. So yeah, Periwinkle, you focus in, and I think Lefla, as a part of this, since you're the one who knows Lily the best, you are there with Periwinkle, sort of also focusing your energy and your thoughts of Lily in toward these crystals, and in toward your friend Periwinkle, and Periwinkle sitting there again. This glow starts to form around the crystals, and you start to get these flashes of images, and at first you don't see anything. It's just dark, sort of like pitch black, and you feel all of a sudden this kind of chill run down your spine. It almost feels like the temperature in the room has dropped immensely and you feel really cold. And I think Lefla, you sort of get bits and pieces of this because you are kind of part of this ritual, and so you like shiver a little bit and you get this kind of chill. And Periwinkle, you sort of focus in on this very dark space and you start to pull out, and your vision pulls out through a metal door, and you see the sort of tile floor beneath you, and you pull out and out, and kind of survey the room, which looks very much like a morgue.
Okay.
And your vision fades. And as that happens, I want to cut away briefly to another scene that is happening away from Lily's house. Agent Smith, you slowly come to consciousness. Your head hurts, and you are laying on your back with your hands bound in front of you. You don't know where you are. It is pitch black around you. It is freezing cold. And you're lying on a cold metal surface, and from somewhere outside wherever you are, you hear the sounds of someone knocking on something metallic and muffled yells.
Damn it, Jethro. Not again. I kind of like scoot. Am I like how tight the quarters right now? Like I can't move. I can't.
You can get your elbows out a little bit.
Okay. Can I like hear like can I make out any like voice, any words?
No,
The person yelling.
Sounds like someone is yelling. It's a small voice, but they are yelling, but it sounds like they are muffled behind something.
Hello?
I think it goes quiet for a second. And then you hear, hello?
Lily?
Smith?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I was gonna ask you the same thing. Why did you... What happened? Where is it?
I don't know.
It's muffled like this, but I don't want to talk like this.
Yeah, that's fine. Crap. Do I have any of my clothes on, or did it take all of my clothes?
Oh, that's a good question.
Just like in my undershirt and underwear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Lily, are you all right?
I mean, there's definitely going to be some trauma I have to deal with later, but...
Well,
Yeah.
do what I do. Just kind of shove it down and don't think about it.
That's terrible advice.
It's how I've gotten through most of my life, so...
You're probably not going to make it much longer.
Probably not.
Please get me out of here.
I was going to ask you the same thing. Can you see anything where you are? I'm just sort of in a box right now.
Me too.
Ah, shit.
Oh, no.
I kind of like move. Like, am I sliding a little bit when I move? Am I like on a...
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I think I know where we are.
Yeah, me too.
Shit. I'd like to look like, is there like a latch on the inside? Do they make escape latches for the bodies?
On the top of a morgue drawer?
Yes.
No.
You never know.
Surprise! Jethro's just in an escape room.
Crap. Is there anything you can do? You think is there any sort of gap? Can you see outside?
No.
Shit. So what I'd like to do in this moment is just kind of Jethro just kind of takes a deep breath. I think for a moment and close my eyes. Try not to, like, again, push it down. Don't panic. I'd like to use my weird move.
Okay.
Because what happened, even though it didn't work out too well, what happened the other night and the vision I got, I like to like try to kind of search within myself to see like what should I do next. So I'd like to use trust your gut, which is my weird move.
Okay.
So it's a roll plus weird. That's actually much better.
I hope so. What'd you get?
Than I thought it was gonna be 9.
Okay.
So on a 7 and 9. So when you consult your instincts about what to do next, roll plus weird. On a 7 and 9, the keeper will tell you a general direction to go and take +1 forward to explore that.
Okay. A general direction to go?
Yes.
Okay, out is a good place to
All
start.
right. Well, I was hoping it'd be more a little specific than that. Okay, fine.
Just messing with you. Let's see. Your gut feelings point you somewhere important, but do not care about your conscious concerns. Current mystery is just one important thing among many. Yeah, the current mystery being, how do you get out of this drawer? Okay. Generally speaking, your feet are toward the exit
Yeah.
of this particular drawer. It is possible that there is a way you could get the door off. The latch is probably not super sturdy, mostly meant to keep dead people in, and they don't do a whole lot of moving around.
Usually. Okay. I'd like to see, so if I can see where the hinge is at by my feet.
I think you can feel it at least.
Then I guess the best I can, because there's no way I can like shift myself here to like get my hands down there. I'm imagining.
Mr. Fantastic?
No.
Probably not.
So what I'd like to do is just start kicking at it.
Okay.
I was born to kick doors. That's what I'm going to keep doing.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess if you get instincts about this, I would say that you probably, I don't know. Has Smith ever been kidnapped? Do they have training on?
Well, I just sort of wrote that into my
punch the
lore.
taillight out and...
Yeah. No, I imagine Smith has been captured before by creatures.
Yeah, I think instinctually, especially kind of knowing what you know about your current situation, your best bet is to try to bust the latch. That's going to be your weak point.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start kicking with my bare feet.
Yeah, I guess that's kick some ass.
Sure.
I don't know.
Does the door have an ass? I guess this is the back of the door, so
Get that door.
if it had an ass, this
Yep.
would be it.
This would be it.
I'm doing a +1 because of my
Yeah, sure.
+1 to kick that door's ass. That's a 10.
Okay, yeah. You can inflict terrible harm on the door.
I
So let's
like-
say you force the door where you want it,
Yes.
which is open.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think you sort of brace yourself in center and kind of trusting your instincts to get you out of the situation. You pull back and mightily kick the edge of the door where the latch is, and you hear something snap, and the door kind of creaks open and light comes streaming in.
Yeah, I just kind of pull myself out and
And
on
you
my
hear a
feet.
small scream as this very loud noise happens.
I'm fine. I come out. Is there somebody like in the room, or is it just
Mm-mm.
okay? I look over. I say, "Hey, keep talking."
You hear like banging on one of the drawers.
Okay, I go to. Could be a zombie. No, I open it.
Could be a zombie. It's a zombie. Next case. Yeah, so you open the latch, and scrambling out and kind of falling out onto the floor is a small seedling person that you are familiar with at this point because you guys have been through a lot together. It's Lily.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm going to assume you're not the shifter and you didn't lock yourself in that box.
That would be quite the feat.
It would be. Are we in the hospital?
She kind of looks around for a second, a little bit, blinking a little bit. Well, you can't really see her eyes, but she's doing that. She shakes her head a little bit as if she is blinking in the light, and looks around, and she says, yeah, this is Hopewell's morgue. We're in the basement.
I need a phone.
Congratulations, I don't have one.
Don't you work here?
Yeah, do you think I would have still been in that drawer if I had my phone?
No, I need you
in
to
my
take
pocket?
me to the nearest phone. I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear.
No, you did not. So she sort of stalks away.
Yeah, great.
And let's see. On one side of the morgue, there is a door that leads into a small office that has a phone sitting on the desk.
All right. I pick up the phone and I call Aegis. I assume I have some sort of line to my like direct superior or to like the operator or something.
Yeah, I mean you can try to call your superior if you know that number. You can call the front desk.
I'm gonna call the front desk.
Okay. The receptionist, Michael, who you know because he's been working there as an intern, answers the phone.
Mike, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Who's this?
this is Agent Jethro Smith.
Hi, Agent Smith. Can I help you with something?
Yeah. Have
Sorry,
I?
you don't normally call.
Yeah. No, I don't. This has been a weird day, and I've been hit on the head. I need you just to answer a question for me. Are any of my team there right now?
They came in this morning. I'm not sure if they're still here. I can check.
Yeah.
Call.
Can you patch me through to one of them? I know none of their numbers off the top of my head.
Oh, well, I mean, I can't patch you directly through to a cell phone.
Do we have their numbers on file? God damn it! Can you send a car for me?
Sure, Agent Smith.
Okay.
Where are you?
Is it Hopewell Hospital? I can't remember that. Yeah, I'm at Hopewell Hospital.
Okay.
I need a car. I need it prepared for field work, and I need a suit.
Okay. Yeah. I can put in the requests for you and get them to the proper people. Did you still want those phone numbers? It might be a little while.
Yeah, no, focus on the car first, and try to get that expedited. This is a code red.
Okay.
I still hear you on the phone, which means you're not doing what I've asked for you to do.
I just was wondering if you still wanted the phone numbers.
Yeah, give me the numbers.
Okay. He gives you Periwinkle's phone number.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Click.
Have it.
I'm gonna pick up the phone. I'm gonna call Periwinkle.
Okay. So Periwinkle, as you are finishing this magic ritual in the room with Lefla and Parker and Smith, Your phone rings.
Kind of like pulls it out and like is very confused. Who is calling her right now? And is gonna answer. Hello?
Periwinkle. It's Smith.
Oh, Theo, it's so good to hear from you.
Oh shit. Am I there with you right now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
you should probably come along soon.
Yeah,
we're
I'm gonna
at
be there.
Lily's house.
I'm gonna be there as soon as I can. I'm at the hospital right now. The shifter jumped me. If I'm there with you, keep an eye on me. Okay? But don't let it know that you know. All right? Wait till I get there.
Okay.
Is it just you?
Yeah, Theo, Lefla's here with me, and so is Agent Parker. It'll be...
And say I'm there too. Don't let it know that.
And Agent Smith, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'll be there as soon as I can. Parker should be able to take care of you. Just keep calm. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. We just did a ritual, so it's hard to hear you right. But yeah, we'll see you later.
Okay. I hang up the phone.
Very like nervously like puts her phone away.
Oh, so Theo will be joining us.
Yeah. You felt that, right? It got really cold when I did this vision, right?
That was do you need a minute to warm back up or something, or?
Yeah, I just that's new. I haven't experienced that before. Yeah, I need a minute.
Okay. Well, I suppose we might as well. Yeah. Takes the time you need. I'm going to go check Lily's room again.
Yeah, go do that. And it's gonna kind of like clean up her crystals and stuff, but then like also pull out the one that's like her staff and like is gonna be eyeing Agent Smith.
Okay. Agent Smith is doing normal Agent Smith things. I don't know what he does, but he's not doing stuff.
Just cleaning my gun.
He's investigating a mystery.
Yes.
He is sort of kind of methodically kind of going around the room and kind of taking stock of what's there and taking notes. I don't know.
Okay. Oh man.
When Lefla goes to Lily's room, is going to search through the gold pile and seeing, knowing that the shifter doesn't like gold, and Lefla has nothing that is gold yet, is going to try and find something that could maybe be useful for when we catch up to it at the morgue.
Okay. Yeah. You find I was trying to think of something interesting. It's a pile of like mostly jewelry, maybe a couple of things that are like gold plated. I think at the very bottom of the pile you find something sharp that sort of catches you off guard, and you find a small, about this big, only a few inches long. It almost looks like an athema, which a couple of you guys are probably familiar with. It's like a ritual knife. and the whole blade is sort of plated in like gold or like leafed in gold. It's kind of an odd find in here, but it's in there. Somebody in this town might be into some witchcraft.
Yes, well, is this the weird thing that I find, and is it also the same weapon that Smith checked out?
It is not the same weapon that Smith checked out. Yeah, it's a weird thing.
Okay.
Probably also a useful thing.
Yes, I will take it and secrete it away within my myriad vines.
Okay. So let's see. Smith, you are at the hospital. A car has been called for you. What do you do in the meantime?
Shoot. In the meantime, I want to look around the room, this morgue here, and just like quickly do a run around of it, like checking in some of the drawers to see if there's other like people that it's stashed in here, or where the fucking coroner is.
I don't know. You don't know what time it is, so
I don't. I have no idea.
that's fine because you look at the clock on the wall and it's
Wow.
9:30
Okay.
in the morning. Yeah, you take a look around, opening up some of the drawers. I think Lily has just kind of like sat herself down in the office and is just like taking stock of herself. Yeah, you pull open a few of the morgue drawers. I mean, there's people in there.
Mhm.
That's what a morgue is for.
Just regular dead people.
Most of them, yeah, they're kind of covered in sheets and have tags on their toes and all the other things that you see on TV, because I've never been to a morgue in real life. But they look as though, for your purposes, they are supposed to be there, except for a couple of drawers on the end. There are a couple of bodies in them, sort of haphazardly placed, not sort of tagged or anything like that.
Okay. Anything else about the bodies that looks out of the ordinary? Anything that might
They're
be
dead.
any clues? Okay. No one I recognize though.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I guess I could let me check. I guess could I investigate a mystery here? Is there enough like for me to look around and do that I might be able to get some questions answered?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you're and you're not restricted to the morgue necessarily. You're in the basement of the of this hospital, so
yeah, I'm going to search around as much as I can because this is where it took me to, so I imagine this is like its lair. I want to know exactly what was going on here.
Okay.
Make sure I'm not missing anything else. So I'm going to roll sharp. That's an 8.
okay. That is one question you get.
Okay. I think I'm going to ask either what is it going to do or what is being concealed here. I want to know what is being concealed here.
That is being concealed here. Okay. So you search around the morgue, search around the office, and do not find much more of interest. If you sort of go to step out of the hallway to kind of take stock of step out into the hallway to kind of take stock of your surroundings, see where you are. Across the hall, there is a door labeled lab. And then next to you, there is sort of an unmarked door across from an elevator. and also a set of stairs. And then down the other sort of hallway, there's a couple more doors going around a corner. But you step out into the hallway, starting to get the lay of the land. And from the door of whatever this room, this unmarked room is that is next to the morgue, you hear sort of shifting around in there, like boxes being moved or something, like something sliding.
I go over. Is there anything heavy I can grab just in case? Anything in the like a saw?
Yeah, a bone saw.
Okay, perfect. The bone saw will work. I have that in my hand just in case, and I'm going around the corner here, and I want to push open that room and see what's making that noise.
Okay. So bone saw in hand, you sort of push open this.
You can speak to like tuck behind my back.
Oh,
Since
okay.
I'm in my underwear right now.
Just went like this.
I was showing off the bone saw before I hit it.
Oh, well, that's lovely bone saw you got there. So yeah, you hide the bone saw behind your back, and Lily's terrified at this point. You sort of push open this door, and light sort of spills into this room. It's dark inside. It looks to be some sort of large like storage room. There's a few shelves of things, several boxes around, and you hear almost like a squeak or a shriek from the back of the room, and you hear kind of shuffling around like behind one of the shelves.
Hello? Hold on. I'm gonna push my way back.
Okay. You push your way back there, and around the corner in one of the or around the corner behind one of the shelves, you see also taken hostage, tied up with a gag over their mouth, another familiar face because you followed him around the hospital for a while the other day, Dr. Astor.
I pull him out and ungag him.
Thank you.
Dr. Astor?
I know you.
You do know me.
He's looking at you really hard, like he's trying to remember where he knows you from. You're the weirdo that was following me around the other day.
Yes. Okay, good. So that was you. What or who put you here?
He's like looking around, like terrified. So, well, Lily.
Okay.
Did you find her?
Yes and no. I look back. I assume Lily is like back by the door.
Yeah.
Lily is here, not the same Lily that tied you up.
That means nothing. That's nothing.
I work for Aegis. We take care of creatures, monsters. One of them has the ability to disguise itself, look like other people. It's been using your hospital.
Wonderful.
If it has you here, it's probably been impersonating you too.
Wonderful.
So, just come out here with me and kind of help him out. And I assume I look at the clock, and I don't know if it's been enough time where I think the car might be here yet.
Maybe.
I would say, listen, I have to. I've got to get going. I've got to help my team. They're with the creature now. The two of you need to stay here. And just don't trust anyone, okay? For right now. Keep an eye on each other.
If they're both like looking at you and they're looking at each other and looking at you.
Everyone here is fine right now.
I think Lily kind of pipes up and is like, you're just gonna leave us here?
I don't see what help bringing you with me is going to be.
Well, if there's a monster here, then we're not here.
It's not here. It's with my team.
How do you know?
Because I was just on the phone with them.
How do you know they're them?
That's a fair point. All right, let's all go upstairs then. How about that?
Great. I think Dr. Astor is just kind of looking at both of you, like trying not to look terrified, but definitely is as they follow you sort of up the stairs, because you don't take the elevator in an emergency.
And I'll lead them both up through the hospital to the front room, which I'm still in my underwear. I assume at this point it's probably getting a lot of weird looks, but I'm keeping calm and.
I mean, it's a hospital.
Yeah. And I'd head out towards I guess the front lobby area where might be security and hopefully my car.
Yeah, I think you can make it up the stairs. It's been a few minutes at this point. The hospital's not that far away. So yeah, I think you can kind of make your way out to the front of the hospital. And in the drive up, there is a car with a sort of generic Aegis agent standing there, arguing with the parking attendant, who is definitely telling him that he can't park there.
It's fine. We won't be staying.
They both look at you like, what is happening?
All right, stand down, agent. What's your name?
Harris.
Harris.
Sorry.
All right, Harris. I need you to stay here with these folks and keep an eye on the hospital. Get this place locked down. We're probably gonna need a full forensic sweep of the morgue, maybe even the entire basement. We've got a shifter on the loose.
Right. Got it.
All right. I gotta take it. The rest of my team has it right now. I've gotta head that direction and take care of it. I'll get this report in as soon as I can. Call for backup.
Yes, sir. Oh, garment bag, backseat.
Yeah. I grabbed the garment bag out of the back seat and just standing there. I just put on my suit. There's no decency at this point. So.
Okay. Yeah, so you put on your suit. Harris sort of goes inside. Your friends want to know if Agent Smith is shredded.
I'm
selling you guys out because I also want to know.
I don't think he's shredded. I think he's in good shape.
Lean.
Yeah, I don't think he's got. I don't think he drinks a lot or anything. I don't think he has. I think he eats pretty.
So it's not drunk. Good.
No, I'm saying I think he leads a pretty Spartan lifestyle. So he doesn't like a beer gut or anything like that. So I think he is very sort of muscular and full-bodied. I don't think he's
so he's a wine.
Like a good wine.
Yeah, a good wine. No. But I think he's broad-shouldered. And he's muscular. He's an attractive guy.
Okay, Dad.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he is a dad, so by default, it's a dad bod.
That's true.
But a good dad bod.
I was thinking
They're
of
all
an
good.
example. Yeah, I was thinking. I mean, Jason Statham. I mean, just a less. Yeah, it's just the visual I'm going with. We're going with that.
All
Very
right.
nice.
Thank you for confirming.
Yeah, so glad we all know that now. Okay, so yeah, you put on your suit, leaving Lily and Dr. Astor, with Agent Harris, and who sort of ushers them inside and starts following your orders, and you get in the car and take off toward Lily's house.
Yeah, I'm heading in the last place that they told me they were.
Okay. So Smith on the way. A few minutes later, Periwinkle.
Hi. I would like to read a bad situation because this feels bad.
It's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So roll plus sharp.
Okay. Which I'm so good at. Oh, actually, that's okay. 7.
Okay. So you hold 1. You can ask 1 question off the list. And then while acting on the answers, you get +1 ongoing.
Okay. What? I mean, I kind of know what the biggest threat is. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Any dangers we haven't noticed?
I mean, other than the big one that we now know, but
the big one that you just noticed.
still only Periwinkle knows.
Is pretty important. I would say, let's see, dangers you haven't noticed. You all know at this point that or you know how to hurt this thing, or you know the things that will hurt it and make it stay hurt. You don't have any of that on you, and as far as you know, Lefla doesn't either. And I don't know that you're sure about Agent Parker's loadout, but it's mostly guns from your experience.
Right.
With her. They probably don't make bullets out of gold because it's very soft. So between that and the fact that there is only one exit to this place, I would say the biggest danger is the situation you're currently in, because you know where the monster is and you cannot do much to it other than keep it here or trap it or something to that effect.
Okay.
The biggest danger is you.
Ooh. Okay. So yeah, Periwinkel's gonna start like kind of like because Agent Smith was walking around sort of investigating, and she's gonna be like, oh, are you finding anything? Do you see anything? And is gonna try to place some crystals like surreptitiously, is gonna try to possibly set a trap, but is trying to be sneaky about it.
Okay. Yeah, I think Smith
like
is
following along and like, oh, what's that? And
yeah, I think he's sort of moved from this main room kind of into the bedroom again where you found his wedding ring initially, and is sort of doing what he would normally do kind of at any scene that you all end up at, and sort of taking stock of what's there, doing generally what you kind of know to be like just following general protocol, but is sort of keeping an eye on the rest of you, not just ignoring your presence.
okay. If there's like ever a moment where he like turns his back, so then like, oh, because Lefla's back in that bedroom too. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go see if Lefla's found anything, and like scurry over there.
Okay. I think also off to the side, every so often, Parker is looking at you like you're being really weird.
Yeah.
I think probably after digging through the gold pile, Lefla is staring at the pile of bones and trying to figure out, is this Erica that I'm looking at right here?
Oh.
I don't think you can tell.
Yeah.
It's definitely like human-sized ish, but I don't know that you would recognize your friend's bones.
Yeah, not expecting to be able to tell, but that's what they are fixated on at the moment.
There's some like a knife and fork next to it, and some condiments and a little bib.
Gross.
Just bones.
Okay. So when Periwinkle can see Lefla, she's gonna use like a racial trait that I haven't used yet. In that insectoids can talk in people's brain place.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it only works like with proximity or like line of sight or whatever.
Okay.
I don't think it's willy-nilly, but in close proximity can do that. and like looks at Leffla and is like, "That's not Agent Smith." And you hear this in your head, Leffla, as like Periwinkle's looking at you like so nervously and like holding, like kind of like peeking around the corner.
I don't remember the wording of the trait. Are people able to respond back, or is it more just
I
like
need to
sending
look.
messages?
I think it's just send. I don't think you can respond.
Okay.
But
So
it's
I
been a
think,
while since I've looked at it, but I know it's a thing.
mhm. Yeah, I think maybe the little flower that is, normally on top of Lefla's head, kind of freezes for a second and then goes back to its kind of normal, its idle animation, as it were.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. Because Smith is there in the room with us currently, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I think, Leffler will probably turn to Periwinkle and just say, "This is," and indicating the bones. I'm reasonably sure this is Erica. Obviously, I can't tell. I'm not walking forensics lab or anything, but I really want to be the one that kills this creature once we catch up to it.
Yeah, I hope we can catch up with it too.
But are you sure we should? Yeah, I was thinking, we should probably act on the vision, but no, we should wait for Theo here, because the geometry of where we are and the hospital and Aegis, it would make the most sense to wait for him to get here. But
yeah, I'm hoping he'll help me sort of clarify what I saw, because he's good at magic. So
yes, but just the Lord, I feel so useless just sitting here waiting when we know what we could be doing. But this is the smart move to wait for backup.
yeah, we don't want it to get away.
All right. Well, I think I have seen everything I will see here, and I can't look at those bones anymore. So I'm heading back up to the main room.
Yeah, good idea. Let's wait out there with Agent Parker.
Are you coming, Smith, or do you have more you want to look at in here?
I think he is sort of standing over near the sort of pile of gold things, and in his gruff Smith voice, which I'm not gonna do, because I literally can't. I think he says he'll be just another minute.
I'll be just another minute.
Nailed it.
All right. And heads out through the door, but I think Leffla is going to pretty much immediately, duck around the wall and just wait so that they can listen, because this thing has already jumped out one window trying to get away from us.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. So the two of you leave the room. Lefla is sort of ducking around one window. I think Agent Parker is just sort of milling around the front door, which is standing open, kind of keeping an eye outside and inside, and is also, I think, Periwinkle, as you come back into the room and as Lefla comes out and then ducks around the wall, she is looking at the two of you like you have just lost it, and is kind of like, so you want to tell me what's going on here? Or...
Yeah, so we are trying to catch a creature that can assume the shape of other people. Kind of like nods.
she looks at you and she goes, "Shapeshifter, right?
Yeah.
I also work for Aegis."
Yeah, exactly. So we're worried that, well, we're trying to find the shapeshifter before it gets somebody else. It's like, the shapeshifter is like motioning towards the bedroom. And I'm like,
Right. And your pal, I think she raises her eyebrows at you. Theo
yeah. Theo.
she doesn't laugh. She's taking you very seriously.
Yeah. But it's like, Theo is coming.
Is on his way.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and this is definitely one of the most competent Aegis teams, I am told.
Somehow we get the jobs done. That's our motto.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
We're
I
very
am
good
gonna
at what we do.
I am gonna step outside to flag down Theo.
That's a good idea, because I don't think he's been here before, so we might not know which house it is.
And you two stay in here and help Smith with the inventorying of the scene.
Roger Dodger, Agent Parker.
She kind of like shakes her head a little bit, and I think steps outside, and Lefla, from where you are, I don't think you hear a lot. I think occasionally you hear some kind of like rummaging around in the room. Smith is not sort of talking out loud or anything like that, but he, for all intents and purposes, seems to be continuing to do what he is doing.
I think Lefla would, go back in, essentially leaning against the door frame. Agent Smith, in your professional expertise, why would the shifter collect, a pile of items that are anathema to it? Why would it hold on to the things that would hurt it?
I think Smith sort of stops what he's doing and thinks for a second, and says, "Well, in my experience, if you don't want someone else to have something, keep it close."
I suppose that makes sense. So, following that logic, you would also expect the shifter to come back here at some point. Or does it just have mini hordes throughout the city? Would we have found one in Erica's apartment if we went back to check?
It depends. It's possible it's moving around if it knows we're onto it.
It certainly seems to think we're onto it, given how it gave us the slip earlier. But, well, we know that it has a base, as it were, here, that it is perhaps at the morgue as well, but other than that, could be anywhere, could be anyone. And, I mean, you and I did not exactly have this conversation, but you are aware that how close to home this is hitting me, that this creature has gone after my friends, and that I am taking this rather personally.
I can imagine.
What have you done in the past when a case is hit close to home, or are you so detached from your work that that's not even a possibility?
bury it.
Yes, I suppose that's one way to handle it. But there's never been a case where you felt some vindictive pleasure in catching and maybe killing the son of a bitch.
Of course there has been.
Ah, so he does have emotions.
You don't do a job for as long as I have if you hate it.
Well, you've certainly accrued a dearth of experience and wisdom, and I'm sure under your leadership we will be able to find this creature and make sure it doesn't hurt anyone again.
He just sort of nods at you briefly.
So, walk me through the process. You know I'm newer to this. How do we inventory? What forms are we going to need to fill out? I'm sure if we can get a head start on those, Theo will be a lot less anxious when he gets on the scene. And I go
Right.
to try and just... Oops, why did I mute myself mid-sentence? I basically try and get Smith to show me what the procedure is and try and, go about business as usual as well, but being very close to it and watching its moves.
Okay. Yeah. So he, I think, sort of beckons you over to what he's looking at. And I think a couple of things happen at the same time. Periwinkle, a little bit ago, you had talked about trying to do some magic. Are you still going to try to do that?
Yes, while they're talking, I would like
Okay.
to to trap a specific person/monster
Okay.
within this abode.
Sure. Roll to use magic.
Okay. Okay, 9.
Okay. It works imperfectly. So your effect, trap a specific person, but pick a glitch.
Oh man. How soon do we want this to pop off, guys?
I don't know. How do you see Periwinkle's magic glitching out? If it has kind of a theme in sort of the way that Theo's does.
Yeah, well, I mean, I described when we were blocking out the werewolves before, that it sort of like lit up the room a little bit, and like kind of like lined the edges and kind of made this barrier. So I think, keeping with that, the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention in that the barrier goes up and everybody knows.
Okay. So, Periwinkle, you sort of return to your crystals, very quickly finishing laying them out, trying to be as quiet as possible. And you focus in, like you did once before, in City of Lunaterra, and try to essentially do the reverse of what you did before, because before you were keeping things out, now you were trying to keep something in, specifically this shifter. How are you trying to focus this? Are you just trying to keep it in the house?
Yes.
Or in the room? Or
yeah, I'd like to keep it in the house.
in the house? Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So you focus, and as you are sort of focusing on finishing this ritual, you hear a car pull up outside, and sort of out of your periphery see Agent Parker, sort of walking down toward the street. Smith, you have just pulled up outside, and I think as this is happening, Smith, as you get out of the car and you see Sally flagging you down, with a look of what the hell is going on? And I think as you get out of the car, she gets what the hell out of her mouth. And behind her, Smith, in the house, you see this huge flash of purple light inside, sort of lighting up the open door frame and the windows. Lefla, you see this too, because you are in the room right next to it. And I think as this goes off, this version of Agent Smith that is in the room with you turns very quickly toward you and tries to grab a hold of you. Now, sure that the jig is up. So Periwinkle, the spell works, and it's not leaving this house for now. But it might not be trapped in here with you.
Okay. I'm just like, yeah, exactly. And as it goes off, is like, oh no, I forgot I would do that.
When I see this happen, I'm assuming they put some guns in the car.
Sure.
I
Yeah, I
asked
think
for it to
every
be
agent's vehicle just has guns.
Yeah. So I come out with my my firearms drawn, and I look over Parker's shoulder and I say, I'll explain in a bit. This thing has given us the slip before by coming out the windows. Keep an eye out here. Make sure you keep the perimeter. Don't let it get past us.
You got it.
And I go running in.
Okay, you go running in. And Smith, I think you see kind of as you run through the door, this familiar kind of shimmering in the open doorway that you've seen once before. Periwinkle is definitely behind this. As you kind of push through this barrier with little issue, you see Periwinkle sort of crystals set up in the middle of the living room, and you hear a scuffle going on in the other room as Lefla, this thing has tried to grab onto you. What do you want to do?
Well, I think Lefla is very pissed at this thing. He's gonna try and surprise it a bit and charge into immediate danger without hedging my bets, and so I'm gonna try and kick its ass.
Okay.
Because of my what could go wrong move.
Okay.
I charge into immediate danger without hedging my bets. I hold 2, and I can spend that hold to inflict 1 harm, reduce someone's harm suffered by 1, or take +2 forward on other pressure. But so I guess first I have to try and kick its ass.
Yes.
Go.
That's only a 5.
That's bad.
So yeah, I do not think I am as sneaky as I wanted to be.
Okay. Yeah, mark XP.
Yep.
For that. Yeah, so I think as this thing turns on you, you do the unexpected thing and turn sort of right back towards it to try to get the drop on it. But I think it's too fast for you, and it with an unnatural speed, a very graceful version of Smith, it sort of dodges around you, and you just go sort of tumbling past it, and it kind of grabs you from behind and has a hold of you very tightly. And on this one hand that is in front of you, you can kind of see the hand shifting and changing, and the nails of the hand start to grow very long and kind of form into these claws. And you kind of hear this voice going, "Don't move, or I will slit your throat." Smith, you are in the other room with guns.
Is Perry
Periwinkle
said?
Yeah.
All right. Where is it?
It's in the back with Lefla. I think it knows.
Okay. Watch my back, and I'd go running into the room.
Okay. All right, you run into the room just to see this thing sort of grabbed on to Lefla, kind of holding them close, with one kind of, it's you. It is you. It looks like you still, but it's got this one kind of grotesque, like clawed hand holding on, and it looks at you, but it doesn't sound like you. It's got a kind of a higher pitched voice than Jethro, which most people do, and it says, "Oh, finally,
Well, aren't you a handsome son of a gun?
That's what they tell me. I'm just glad I don't have to do that awful voice anymore. Doesn't it hurt your throat?
You get used to it. Why don't you just let my friend there go? We can take you in peacefully.
Oh, I'm not gonna do that.
So what's the end game here then?
Hey, everybody's gotta eat, right?
So what, you're in the mood for a salad today?
They're surprisingly meaty, these little things.
Listen, you got to drop me before, but I think the jig is up here. I don't see this going well for you either way.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Shoot me?
Yeah, I mean, that's the plan.
Good luck. I don't think it's gonna have the effect you desire, but I could just take your friend and go, and then you could go, and everyone would be fine. Well, not your friend.
Yeah. And go where? We know about your little hideout at the hospital.
It's a big city, Jethro.
Lefla,
Yes, Smith?
what's your say in all this?
Well, I mean, I do not relish the idea of going with this creature that has already threatened to kill me, but I think that you should, how do you say, bust a cap in its ass. And as I do that, I want to try and, having sneakily with some of my vines dug in my medical bag and trying to stab it with some trank.
Do a stab.
Hey, yeah. Let's have act under pressure.
I'm going to use one of my hold to add +2.
Excellent.
Well, didn't need it because I rolled double sixes, so that is
man!
15 total.
Okay, yeah. You do what you set out to. So much. So, you want to try to hit it with a tranquilizer?
Yeah, just as it's holding me, I'd probably only come up to like its thigh, so I'm just, trying to very slowly and surreptitiously dig in my bag, get one of my trank syringes that I have prepped in there ready, and just stab it into the thigh.
Okay. Yeah, you do this. So I think as you tell Smith to, what did you say? Pop a cap in its ass?
Bust, but yes.
Bust. Okay.
Bust the cap.
Sure. Whatever the phrase happens to be. Yeah. Smith, as Lefla says this, you see them shift a little bit. Just regularly, not into a different person. And the one arm sort of drops off of Lefla and goes to their leg, as Lefla has clearly stabbed them with something. And it goes, ow! You little shit. As Smith, you have a quick opening.
Yeah. In that moment, is there anything on the bed? So there's the pile of gold. I know that Lefla took the knife that was in there.
Mhm.
Is there anything like any chains or any like other? I guess I'm looking at anything stabbing or like something like a necklace or a chain or something like that.
I mean, it is mostly jewelry.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm sure you could find something to fit your needs.
Okay, then what I want to do is grabbing that, kind of rushing forward, grabbing that off the bed or the dresser or wherever it's at, and rushing and kind of tackling into the shifter to try to push it off of Lefla and wrap the chains like around its neck.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna say this is protect someone.
Okay. I'm good with that.
It's
You get experience when you protect me.
yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Also,
Because
did
it's
that count as a monster capturing me, or was it not a full capture?
that was a pretty full capture, I think.
Yay, experience.
Yeah, get it.
Monday.
Sweet.
Yay.
With that tackle, I level up. And yeah, I'll go to roll to protect someone.
Okay, yeah. So it was either that or kick some ass. They're both tough. Just the options are different.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Roll tough. It's a 10.
That's a 10. Okay. So you protect them and choose an extra effect. There is you suffer -1 harm, which you're not really taking harm yet. All impending danger is now focused on you. You inflict harm on the enemy, or you hold the enemy back.
I just choose. Okay, just choosing one.
Yeah, just one. So you protect them and it works, and also you get an extra because you rolled a 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna say all impending danger is now focused on you.
Okay. Yeah, so you sort of grabbing off of these pieces that are now kind of scattered across the floor, grab this golden chain, like a necklace, out of this pile of stuff, and you just charge straight for this thing, just full on. And it's already got one arm loose, so I think you catch it on the other side, and it's left like you feel it let go of you as it sort of flings backward, not expecting Smith to just, again, you guys just keep running straight at it in this moment, and so Lefla, you are separated from this creature. As Smith, you get to it and you want to like wrap this.
Yeah, like if I grabbed like a couple of, I imagine I'm grabbed a couple of like necklaces, gold chain like necklaces, and I'm just like, just wrapping it around the thing's neck, and then just sort of like pinning it to the wall or tackling it to the floor or whatever I need to do.
Okay. Yeah, it was sort of on one side of the room, so I think you have knocked it kind of straight back into this wall and are holding it there. So yeah, all impending danger is now definitely focused on you as Periwinkle from... Are you still in the other room?
Yeah, no, she's coming in.
Okay, so Periwinkle coming in, you kind of hear this crashing sound rounding the corner of the doorway, and you see Lefla kind of go tumbling off to one side. As Smith is kind of has knocked this thing up into some of the furniture, like against the wall, and is pinning it there. And you have a moment to act.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do a stab with my spear.
Okay.
So I guess that's trying to kick some ass.
Kick some ass.
Okay.
And does your
Alright.
spear? What tags does your spear have?
It has 1 harm, hand, close, magic. Oh no, it's 2 harm.
Okay.
Close.
Does it have magic? Is it the
It
magic
does.
tag?
Yeah,
It does.
plus magic,
Okay.
yeah.
Great. Yeah, kick some ass.
Okay. Oh no, that's 4.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I don't even think anybody. No, you can just get a +1. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get my ass kicked instead.
Yeah, you do.
no.
So I think you, kind of following Smith's lead, run up behind him as he's pinned this thing and try to drive the spear into it. But I think Smith, you have it sort of pinned by its neck, but its arms are still free. And so as one of them is fighting you off, I think you can see it underneath you. It looks like it is sort of trying to change, like its fingers are kind of like popping and moving and its arms are like lengthening, and then they're kind of popping back to where they were before, like it's having a hard time shifting in this moment. But Periwinkle, as you go in with the spear, I think the room is crowded and there's a lot of junk everywhere and you sort of miss your mark, and as you come kind of stumbling forward, like tripping over a loose chair that has been knocked over, it lashes out, kind of taking that opportunity to hit you, and with these long kind of clawed fingers scratches across your torso. You're gonna take 2 harm from that.
Ouch. Okay. Does my 1 armor block any of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Block 1, so you'll take 1
Ouch.
out of that. And as it kind of strikes out at Periwinkle, Smith, you are right on it, and Lefla, you're sort of righting yourself. Do either of you wish to act?
Yeah, while Smith has it pinned, I want to come at it with the gold athema and try and stab it in the other leg.
Do it a stab.
So
Kick
roll
some
into-
ass.
That's 7.
Okay. You inflict harm on each other. So yeah, I think as it is kind of striking out, and Smith is kind of like flailing in front of you, trying to get these chains off its neck, and it's lashed out of Periwinkle. As Lefla, I think it is sort of ready for you, and as you go, you kind of drive the athma into its leg, and it lets out this horrible sort of inhuman scream as you do so, and yeah, it takes some damages from that, but as it does this, it sort of kicks out at you, kind of landing a hard kick in your ribs. You're gonna take 1 harm from that.
But I have my armor now,
You
so
do.
no harm.
Oh yeah.
Bunk. So it hurts, it smarts, but it's not gonna, I might leave a bruise, but you'll be okay. And then Smith, in this moment, I think this thing tries to compose itself as it is surrounded and kind of reaches up for your hands and is trying to pull them away. And it's very strong, so it is starting to kind of wrestle with you.
Okay. Does it dissolve the dagger in it from Lefla stabbing it?
I mean,
I don't
if
know.
it kicked me away, I'm very small, so it probably kicked me away and still has the dagger in
Yeah,
its.
it's
Okay.
probably stuck in its leg.
Well, I have an idea then. So what I want to do is I want to I'm gonna let go with one of my hands. I'm gonna take the necklaces and I'm gonna just sort of like wrap it around, just like grabbing onto his arm, still holding it there, like kind of binding our hands together with the necklaces, the gold chains there, and then reach around my back and grab the my SMG and just unload point blank into this thing's chest.
Okay, yeah, roll to kick some ass.
Right.
More exciting.
Get it.
Oh my god.
What?
What'd you do?
I rolled a 6,
Oh,
but
no.
I'm so tired of rolling so terribly on these fucking kick some ass rolls. I'm gonna use a point of luck. And I'm gonna just try to destroy this thing.
Okay. Yeah, so you lost the move. Use a luck point that is gonna turn your roll into a 12 total. So you
And since I'm inflicting harm, I'm going to go for a precise strike too. So I'm going to roll tough again to see if I can get additional damage.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Oh.
Wow. Well, that's still a mixed success. 7 and
gonna-
9, I inflict additional 1 harm.
An additional 1
on
harm.
that.
Okay, and how much harm does your SMG do?
It's 3, and I'm going to inflict terrible harm. So that'll be 4, and then that'll be 5 harm.
Okay. That's a lot.
Yes.
Great. So yeah, I think you all see him, Smith, kind of wrap this chain around one of its arms and just pull the SMG back and just point blank sort of unload into this thing's chest. And it is sort of screaming in pain as it does so. And just for a second, it goes limp. And Smith, you're kind of hanging on to it with this one arm kind of holding it up. It goes limp for just a second. And then you all hear this kind of wheezing sound coming from it. And it just looks up at you and it laughs and it kind of spits some blood on your shoes and says, you're going to have to do better than that. And it reaches out with a clawed hand and just tries to ram these claws right into your chest. So you are going to take 3 harm.
Okay, I reduced that by 2.
So yeah, it kind of starts cutting. It cuts through your armor as these long claws like pierce into your skin, and it hurts. And I think you are kind of knocked back a little bit. So you and the thing are kind of bound by this chain now, kind of pulling at each other. And I think you all can see as the shirt that it is wearing is all kind of torn and everything, and was just a moment ago kind of pouring blood, but the flow kind of stops after a minute as it starts to straighten up again. Smith, and I think, is now trying to come directly for you, and it starts pulling back on this chain, almost like it is trying to pull you in so it can get a grip on you. Periwinkle and Lefla.
Just gonna turn to Left and be like, we can do this. And I would like to help out Lefla with whatever they're about to do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll plus. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I need my sheet so I can see what it. Oh, okay.
What's going on with my music?
I should do this roll more often, guys. I have a pretty good amount of cool. That's 12. So
That's
you
a
get
lot.
a +1 to your roll.
All right, you do get a +1. So Periwinkle coming in with the support.
All right. I have a plan. It's not much of a plan, but it should do the trick. And I want to try and get up to it and grab the gold dagger and inflict more harm on it.
Okay.
Step.
Kick some ass.
That's pretty good. With the help, that is an 11.
Okay. So yeah,
Yeets you over there.
Yeah, I want to get in there, get up, grab the knife, and say, "I'm sorry that anesthesia is not going to be kicking in yet. I'm a pretty awful surgeon. There's a reason I'm just a nurse." As I take the knife and just shove it further up the leg.
Okay, yeah, you do this. So you
And I'm going to use more of my what could go wrong hold to inflict an additional harm.
nice. So what's your harm total?
I don't know how much the dagger normally does.
It does 1.
Okay, so that would be 2 total then.
So 2, and then you rolled a 10+ on kick some ass. So you're gonna exchange
Yes.
harm, but you get an extra effect.
Yeah, let's inflict some terrible harm. So 3 total.
Okay, so you do 3 harm total. Again, as this thing is sort of trying to pick itself up, you grab back onto the handle of this knife and just start forcing it up its leg. And I think it lashes out with its other arm and tries to knock you away. You're gonna take 2 harm from its claws as they sort of cut across you, so minus your
Yep,
armor, and it sort of knocks you back. And Smith, as it is pulling you in, I think you can see it kind of reach down to its leg and yank this knife out as it starts to come directly for you, and is going to try to drive the knife kind of into your chest.
Okay. Shoot. Well, I think the best thing I can do here is use some of my jujitsu training from from my academy days. I think I'm gonna I let go of the gun for a moment, and instead I tried to like grab the wrist. I try to turn the knife back on him as he's coming towards me.
Okay. This is, I think, act under pressure.
Okay. I am going to take an additional +3 to this roll.
How much hold do you have now, Samantha? That's like 10 or something against him?
Oh no.
I feel like I can just keep saying I have it and he won't know.
I won't know.
I have it written down somewhere.
That's a 14.
Well, ding dang, that's a big number. Yeah, so I think you do what you set out to. So you, as it is coming for you, your instincts kick in again, and you are able to intercept the knife. And this is a very hard thing to demonstrate on your own arm, so I'm going to stop waving my arms around like weirdo. But you're able to sort of grab the wrist and kind of redirects the knife so it is pointing back toward the creature, who is now kind of like an odd kind of twisted version of you with like clawed hands. And it looks like it was sort of like halfway through, kind of shifting, is changing, like its arms are kind of extending, but something is disrupting it for sure. As the point of this dagger is now pointing back towards it, you both are kind of struggling for power. Lefla, you're on one side, Periwinkle on the other side, sort of righting yourself and picking yourself and your spear sort of back up off the ground. You see kind of Smith and Weird Smith locked in this sort of battle of wills over this dagger.
I mean, if you need time to think, I have some ideas.
Okay. Yeah. I lost use magic. Yeah. Roll plus weird. Chanting on the fly. Okay. Pick a glitch. Ooh, okay, interesting. So yeah, I think you, Periwinkle, you wheel around and point your staff sort of in the direction of the battle that is happening directly towards this dagger. And I think in this moment of having done quite a lot of magic today, I think you are sort of overcharged a little bit, and your spear lets out this almost like this blast of heat kind of towards the dagger. And Smith, you can feel it just for a moment like grow warm in your hands. Periwinkle, your staff does as well, as it heats up very quickly and almost kind of burns your palms for a minute. So you're going to take one harm that is going to go through your armor.
Yeah.
Ouch. So you suffer this kind of like burn, which is now sort of making it difficult to hold onto the spear. But Smith, you can kind of feel this dagger growing warm in your hands as you are struggling in these kind of final moments.
Yeah. So the dagger is now magic, and it does 1 extra harm. I hope it doesn't get used on us.
Did you have something else left on before I try to drive
I want
this home?
to basically, and maybe this will manifest as a help out roll, but I want to essentially rub salt in the wound and grab just fistfuls of the gold and just shove it in the open.
Okay.
Make it rain.
Gold.
Do you want to say? What is my other option? Yeah, I'll say you can roll. Not super act under pressure. You can roll help out, and we'll count this as trying to kind of give Smith a final opening.
Yep. That's pretty good. That's 11.
Okay, so Smith, your next roll will have a +1, which I'm going to assume is
Just gonna try to drive it home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Lefla, at the same moment that you see Periwinkle sort of very carefully holding her staff and letting this like blast of energy out toward that coalesces around this dagger, Lefla sort of picks up this fistful of gold jewelry and just grabs onto the creature's leg and is just pressing it into this like bleeding wound, and the thing kind of shrieks in pain, distracted for a second. Smith, roll to kick some ass.
Okay, with a +1. All right.
Whoa.
14.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go to roll for the additional damage on this one
yeah.
again too.
How about it?
7, so additional 1 on top of that. I'm gonna do the same thing as before. Whatever the harm of it is, I'm gonna choose to inflict terrible harm, and additional +1 harm on top of that.
Okay, so that's how many is that?
How many was the dagger?
1 and made it magical.
Yeah, so 2.
So 2, so 4 harm.
4 total. Okay. Yeah, so in this final moment, sort of Lefla pushing down on the thing's leg and Periwinkle sort of aiming her staff at it in this blast of heat. You hear this scream as Smith, I just almost called you Gibbs. His name's also Jethro.
Yeah.
Moment of like, nope, that's not this show at all. You taking this opening, use that moment to drive this dagger sort of down into its chest, and it lets out this final scream, and its arm sort of goes limp from where the chains are, and you can kind of see it looking at you, and it looks almost a little surprised. And as this happens, it sort of it looks at you for just a moment and kind of cocks its head to this side and looks down at you, Lefla, and says, well, fair. And it kind of falls back and lets out this last gasp, and the light leaves its eyes.
That one better than I thought it would.
Is it dead?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I will go over, take the dagger out, and just stab it in a few more times. Yes,
Good measure.
it is very dead.
I'm looking down, and the body still kind of looks like me, just like a really monstrous version of me.
A little bit, yeah. It seems like it is with the gold removed from its body. It seems like it is kind of slowly shifting back into its natural form, which you can watch over the course of a minute or so. This happens, and it's odd looking. It's like it's humanoid. It 2 arms, 2 legs, upright, bipedal. But it's featureless. It's hairless. It's got this sort of dark gray skin, and mostly just almost kind of like pits or like holes, like where like eyes and a nose and a mouth would be. It's really kind of looking. It's a little unsettling to look at because for all intents and purposes it's shaped like a human, but it looks almost a little bit like it's almost like it's made out of clay.
Yeah, that's weird. Everyone's all right though.
Yeah, I mean, where were you?
I was at the hospital.
Was anyone else
Woke
with
up
you?
in oh yeah, your Lily was there too. So she's all right. Had her stay there, left an agent at the hospital too. Looks like this thing was keeping people there. Had the doctor.
Dr. Asta?
Yeah. So agents should be there cleaning things up, taking any forensics they need to. But I guess that's over now.
Yes, it is. Yes.
I reach down, sort of like pat down the body, and I take my things back, like my phone and my guns and my. I reach around and find the necklace with the ring on it and rip that off of it and say, "Look at my phone. Oh shit, we're late for work. We better get going."
Good joke. That was funny.
That wasn't a
We're
joke.
at
We
work
are
right now, aren't we?
we are very late. Don't we have a briefing this afternoon?
I think the briefing's going to be pushed based on all these.
I don't think so. I think the briefing is still set for this afternoon. I am team leader, so do what you need to here, and take 5, and we'll get going and get back to work.
Okay.
Good job, everyone.
Well, you okay, Lefla?
I don't know. Maybe. Not sure if I need to sleep forever or go have a stiff drink. Maybe both. Or maybe just get back to work on another job. I don't think I can just bottle it up and push it away.
Well, you did good work. I mean, it took us a while to get there, but at least Lily and Dr. Astor are okay. And Agent Smith, too.
Yes, I suppose I should probably check you all over, make sure, I'll do basic first aid as we wait for Aegis to show up here. I think Level will just kind of mechanically get their medical bag out and just start, checking the others over, doing basic first aid stuff.
Okay. Yeah, you can sort of start patching everybody up so that would everybody can remove 1 harm.
Okay.
Can we do first aid on ourselves, or do we need someone else to do it on us?
I'm gonna say you can. You
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, because I have all
I
the
feel like it would be
things.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can I think do basic first aid on yourself.
Some
You are a
bandages.
nurse.
Do you need some help?
Maybe.
Here, let me help you get this spot. I was gonna try to help him.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, Lefla's probably a little shaky as they're trying to do first aid, but eventually gets into no, I have to, steady hands, and the little bit of stitches or whatever needs to be done gets done. Though maybe a few of the stitches are slightly out of place.
All right. Anything else you all would like to do before you go to work for the day?
Just gonna text Theo and be like, we figured it out. We'll tell you about it later. Caught the monster.
I think you say caught the monster. I think Theo texts back, but it's just like a line of exclamation points.
Sounds about right.
I do think one thing that would happen is Lefla would hold on to the Athema, because there was you said that it kind of gave off the sense that this is more than just a gold dagger. It might be used for something else. So it's gonna
Yeah.
make sure it gets
Sneakily-
processed for its own investigation.
Yeah, it's sort of by definition like a ritual knife. So, and I think it was just sort of gold plated. So I think now it's the dagger itself is fine. I think the kind of plating on the outside is probably kind of scratched and dented. But yeah, you have that now. For sure. Anything else you guys want to do? Smith, I think as you walk out, Parker is waiting outside the door for you, like,
Yeah, taken care of.
okay.
What?
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 What was that?
Shifter.
Great. You all know that I have other shit to do, right?
I don't
I have a
even know
whole
why
ass
you're here.
job
Yeah, why are you here?
looking for you, asshole.
I was gone for like a few hours. I don't know why it's such a big deal.
Your team was concerned.
Yeah.
Obviously, rightfully so. You're losing your edge.
Ow. That's personal.
I've always been sharper than you.
Huh.
I think with 2 jokes in a row, she laughs to herself and walks away.
Yeah, well, yeah. Just go to get in my car.
She is laughing. She's laughing at you.
Yeah. I think Smith gets in his car and closes the door and just kind of like sighs deeply and just rests his head back and kind of goes, ow. Oh. And just takes a second, eyes closed, just taking stock of everything that just happened, kept letting it in, pushing it back out.
Bottling it up.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
And tries to think on that vision or whatever he had. And then just starts the car.
Okay. So you all finish up at the scene of the crime. The rest of you, when you're done here, hop in the mom van and head back to Aegis HQ, probably stopping for lunch on the way. You all make it back, sort of reconvene a few minutes later in the briefing room, because you do have a briefing this afternoon
Told you. Knew it.
for your next job. So you all convene in the briefing room. Theo sort of coming in at the last moment, grabbing a seat in the back by the door, and the lights go down, and your favorite movie comes up on the screen, telling you all about the founding of Aegis and the history of the coursers and Smith. Periwinkle, I think you can hear from the chair in front of you, sort of quietly reciting the lines of the video to himself.
Just sort of like shakes her head.
As your next job comes across your desk. But we'll hear more about that next time.
Okay.
Great job, everyone!
Yay.
Yay, you did it.
We did it.
You killed a monster.
We got bamboozled by a monster.
You get
And
bamboozled
then
by
we
a
killed
monster.
it.
Hey, this is like the first bad guy we've killed.
No one got away this time.
Oh yeah.
The hags disappeared last time.
Well,
and-
you got one of the hags.
Yeah.
2 of the hags. One of them got away.
Well, it's the first time, like you said, we haven't let anybody get away.
Not this time.
You guys are 1 for 3.
Hey.
Yay on killing everything. But that's okay. Let us do end of session stuff, because I know you guys are gonna get some XP. Some of y'all are gonna be leveling up today.
Oh man.
At the end of each session, the keeper will ask the following questions. Will I? Did we conclude the current story?
Yes.
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 Mm-hmm.
1. Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Yeah.
Saved ourselves.
Smith for sure.
Yeah.
It's 2. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Mm,
Really?
I don't think we learned anything.
We learned that we need secret code words to tell who is who or something.
Or not to trust anyone.
Yeah.
That's not new though. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Well, learned Lefla can get kind of vicious.
Yeah. Oh man. Hmm.
Learned that Smith is human.
He's losing his edge.
Learned
We'll
that Periwinkle's very bad at lying.
Yup. Y'all, she's not smart. She's just good at magic stuff.
We'll call that one a yes. I think so. a new aspect of everyone's personality. I
Yeah, I
think
like it.
is enough for a yes. So that's 3. So 2 experience
Sweet.
for today plus whatever you got. Did
If I
anybody?
had- If I hadn't used that luck, I would have leveled.
Ah. Yeah, I'm like halfway there. But
It
2
was a
more.
good use of luck. All the luck that got used today. Good use of luck.
Oh, speaking of which, my luck move.
Mm-hmm. Forgot about yours.
Yeah, it's
Leslie got
well,
a fun knife.
luckily it hasn't come into play yet.
Yet.
It's when you spend luck, your next mission from the agency comes with lots of red tape. Lots.
Oh, perfect.
So the next mission is
So that's like this one that we're starting right now.
Yep.
yeah.
Red
With such a
tape.
boost here, and this time they're gonna have to reel them back in for the next one.
Yeah, apparently.
Went renegade on that mission.
Hmm.
I mean, did this one turn into an official? I mean, I guess we did because we got like Aegis involved and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that's probably why I end up with a lot of red tape on the next one, because we were doing this off the books. And
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. I like it. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, cool, everybody. Great job. Very proud of you. Killed a monster. Did have a whole map that I didn't use, but this was way more exciting.
Well, can you show us the map?
It's
Maybe not
just
stream.
it's just blueprints of the hospital.
Oh. The hospital.
All 5 floors of it.
Oh, you
Aw,
made a map
man.
of all the whole hospital, and we didn't even go there.
Well, you went there. It just did not. It was not given the opportunity to get back to its real lair.
Oh.
That would have been tough if it made it back to the hospital and started like running around and
It's a
transforming into people.
big building. Yeah. Well, yeah, I can tell you guys this because it's over now. So one of the locations is because you're supposed to give like an aspect to every location, like you do a
Mhm.
monster when you create stuff monster of the week. One of the locations is the maze, which is built
Oh.
to confuse and separate.
Hmm.
Oh.
But you all
Lovely.
were really smart and trapped
Periwinkle
it.
locked it down.
And yeah, I
Yep.
locked it down and went after it. So that was good because it could have gone really sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's excellent. Good job. And I'm gonna keep it because it's in the.
Yeah, I was gonna say we gotta look
Very,
forward to
very
that.
distant, so, It might come up again. I'm not gonna get rid of it. But yeah, it's just so little blueprint that I made. Guess I have to do
Sweet.
another hospital monster now. But yeah.
Well, you were saying. Nah, that's off-camera talk.
Hospital monsters.
Hospital monsters. All right. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Thanks for playing, everybody. Hope
Thank you for running it.
fun.
Yeah.
It was really
Lots of fun.
for me. Sean, thank you for playing the bad guy for a little bit.
I had very little clues from Savannah. She just told me what the monster knew about myself. If you guys had started
Oh.
asking questions, and
Okay.
I was so sure that you guys were going to be like, we need to make sure it's Smith.
yeah, she gave me a little bit of coaching on what would happen if you guys started interrogating me, and then just said my goal was to keep you away from the hospital.
Okay. Yeah, I like sort of thought about it, but I was like, I don't know what questions we would ask.
Yeah, because I mean, based on the research, I think, yeah, Leffler was, or no, the assumption was it had enough time with him to know basically everything.
Yeah, I think you told me that it only would know like up to what happened at like the end of the werewolf hunt or something.
Yeah,
Right.
so it initially has
Oh.
like surface memories and like basic like easily accessible information, and then the longer it is someone, the
Mhm.
more of its sort of memories it gains. So it was like kind of slowly gaining Smith's memories, but it only had him for a few hours, whereas it
okay.
had Erica for like a week.
I was like, I didn't know what you guys were gonna do if you started like, what I was gonna do if you guys started questioning about like the hags and stuff like that.
I was really afraid you guys were gonna be like, "What's your wife's middle name?"
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
What's your mother's name?
Yeah, dang it. Oh well, next time.
I
Like
would
I
have said
said,
Fun.
Martha.
I
Martha.
didn't know what you guys were gonna do. So, but
We're gonna
handle.
surprise it, and run up into its face and try to stab it.
And it worked. It was a good plan.
Yeah.
Did it. I'm so proud of you. You done it again. Great job. And we'll get into a new mystery next time. So yeah, thanks for playing. Thanks everybody for watching. Sorry about our internet troubles, but
Yeah.
we fixed them. So yeah. We'll also have the whole episode up on YouTube in the next week or so, with the big gaps edited out, so you can watch it in all its glory in one piece, on our youtube.com with 2 G's and a K. Our next show coming up after this is going to be on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. We will be having the next episode of Saturday Nights, our current D&D 5e campaign that we have going. Yeah, with these fools. We'll all be there. Sean
So-
runs that one.
Yeah.
We'll be back on Saturday. I think with Lindsay.
Yeah, she said she'd be there.
Oh, it's okay. I lose track of what everybody's gonna be there, but yeah, so it'll be us plus Lindsay, and then for our next episode of this in 2 weeks, hopefully we'll have the whole gang back together. So that's on Saturday at 3 p.m. and then on Monday here again at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna be in the driver's seat again, running a fun little one shot with these cats D&D characters, but we're not playing D&D. We are playing something else. It's a fun one-page one shot, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. I want everyone to show up, but it's a new one, and it's really goofy and silly and fun. So if you want something that's not full of murder and your friends getting kidnapped, come hang out with us during Molly Mondays for the fun.
Can we give a hint of what they can expect? Like
I don't know.
the
how to-
name of the person who made the game. His name rhymes with Schmawit.
I think you're okay. I am running one of the Grant Howitt one-page RPGs
My clue wasn't good enough for you.
Monday. Just in case people don't know and they want to look him up because his work is incredible. Grant, if you're out there, I love all your stuff. They're my favorite games.
Schmawit.
Schmawit, we love you.
Sure.
I'm going to be running one of the Grant Howitt one-page RPGs on Monday. It's going to be great. 8 p.m. Eastern time. Tuesday, Matropony. Me and Sean are probably going to play some more Neverwinter around 5 p.m. Eastern time or so. Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Lindsay, is she playing Borderlands? Is that the one she's playing?
I think she's changing her mind on that one, but
Oh, okay. Lindsay's
she'll
gonna
let
play a game, but she'll tell us and we'll
TBD.
tweet about it, post in Discord. And then the week starts over from there. So join us. It's gonna be fun. And yeah, I think that's it. Am I forgetting anything?
Nope.
Listen to our podcast.
Yes.
It's funny.
Yes. And leave us a rating if you listen to it. Just
Yeah.
gotta hit the button, the 5-star button. Anything
Rate,
less, just go to hell. That was extreme.
one
I
way.
love you.
Rate, review, and subscribe. It's called Cyberscape. You can get it wherever you get podcasts. It's very funny. We play Dungeon World and mess things up and come up with other names for our characters. That's what we do. And play Mad Lib sometimes. Thanks everybody for watching. We love you. And until we see you next, good game. Excellent slaying. And good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.